Hey everyone, and thanks for visiting again. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how much we miss our children. And it doesn't seem to make a difference whether it's been a couple days or a few weeks or many months or even 7 years. We feel a sense of loss. Yeah, we miss our children as a whole, but specifically, what is it that's missing when they're not here? What is that intrinsic loss that when we think of our children, it creates that pang or brings tears to our eyes, or when it's missing, can even throw us into the depths of a depression or a bit of rage over how unfair life is that we don't have that anymore? What is it that when it's missing makes us feel less than whole as parents? Well, for me, it's the feeling that I got when I hugged my daughter. That feeling that I was surrounding her in love and compassion and support, but it was more than that. It was feeling like I was embracing love itself. It's that priceless feeling. It really, I think, starts from the time that they lay that baby in our arms at birth, and we realize that there is this inseparable connection with this child, that there's something deep rooted that we don't share with anyone else on earth. Can we love other children? Well, sure, we can love other children, but when you hug them, I know for me, when I hug my nieces and nephews, or I hug the neighbors' children, I feel love, but that connection, that inseparable connection, isn't there. And it's the same for children. If you think about it, when you hug other family members or even childhood friends, there's love there, but that connection isn't. And I know for me, that inseparable connection only happens when my mom and my dad hug me. So when I could no longer hug my daughter, it's as if my arms had lost their sense of purpose. I, they weren't done responding to her demands of, Mom, I need a hug, or giving her hugs when she first got up in the morning, or putting her to bed at night, or that welcoming embrace when she got home from school in the afternoon, or especially that hug after she'd had an accident, falling off of her bike and scuffing her knee, and just letting her know that it was going to be okay. I tried hugging on her bear, squeezing it, closing my eyes and laying my head on top, trying to remember that feeling of my arms around her and her arms around me. And inevitably, I'd open my eyes and realize that life just wasn't cutting it. Reality just wasn't cutting it. And quite often, I'd find myself rolling up into this big blubbering ball of, oh, woe is me, and not very conducive to moving forward in life. So it became a problem. And I figured that I had three ways to look at this problem. I could stay stuck in this problem. I could continue to live in the gloom, despair, and agony, the deep, dark depression, excessive misery. I could try option number two. I could avoid the problem. I could cover up the problem. I could dull the pain. There are plenty of ways that we can do that, but probably not the wisest choice, covering up one problem with another. And there was always option number three. I could solve the problem, even if it was just a temporary solution. Maybe given enough time and effort, I could find an alternate positive purpose for my arms. And so I did. So before going any further, I want to give a shout out to Michelle Chapman. Michelle was a coworker during a time when I was going through some of the most painful times of first being separated from my daughter. Michelle had an incredibly strong, albeit soppity wet shoulder for me to cry on. And I just want to say thank you, Michelle. I love you. You are a dear friend, and I will never forget your support. Michelle became the unsuspecting caretaker of her neighbor's pregnant cat. And this kitty gave birth to 4 gorgeous little kittens on her porch. And every day, Michelle would bring in pictures and stories of these kittens. And about the 5-week point, Michelle brought in a picture of one of the little kittens that she had named Olive. And Olive was on her back, asleep in Michelle's lap. And Michelle happened to mention that Olive loved to be held. So I, of course, heard the ding, ding, ding of the purpose alert. And yes, the following week, I went and I picked Olive up and brought her home, along with her brother Popeye, because you can't leave the last kitten there by itself. And Olive needed her brother. So home they came with me. And being brother and sister, of course, they had to undergo a name change. Being the dynamic duo and partners in crime that they are, they became Leia and Luke. And every night, Leia crawls up on my chest and wraps herself across my shoulder, and Luke stretches himself out on my lap, and I am covered in love. Now, does holding Luke and Leia, and does the love that they give me replace what I'm lacking from my daughter not being in my life? No, it's not the same. But it was a way for me to acknowledge that the mother in me was still viable, that my love was still wanted and needed, that my arms still had purpose, and that I was still capable of giving and receiving love. It was just that little stepping stone towards moving forward with life, being happy, being positive, and knowing that it's okay to do so. So, what is it that you're missing specifically about your child not being in your life? Is it the feeling that you used to get when you embrace them? There are plenty of ways to find alternate positive purpose for your arms. Local hospitals, give them a call, see if they have the baby cuddler programs in the NICU. They need volunteers to go in and help hold the babies, give the family members a little bit of a break. And what a beautiful way to surround a baby in love, receive that love back from that baby, and know that you're doing a wonderful thing for this family. There are adopt a grandparent programs. There are so many elderly people out there who don't have family, don't have children, don't have grandkids to hug. Volunteer to be a child or a grandchild for a day here and there, and let them love on you and love them back. Another beautiful, positive experience. You can do like I did, adopt animals, go to the shelters, volunteer. It's a well-known fact that loving and petting and hugging on animals is a great way to reduce your blood pressure and put a smile on your face. And if you're fortunate enough to be there when there's some puppies there, the added benefit of puppy breath. Awesome. And it's also a scientific fact that you can improve your mood, put a smile on your face by hugging a tree. Look it up. I did. It's a proven fact. So, what choices are you going to make about what you're lacking? Are you going to see this problem as a way to stay stuck, to not move forward, to continue to reside in that hee-haw quagmire? Are you going to avoid the problem, consider it an inevitable problem in life, and just throw it into the rest of your life's baggage, moving forward but yet at a very impaired pace? Or are you going to take this problem and run? Find a solution. Find something positive in it. Know that the mother or the father in you is still very viable. Know that the love that you have to give is needed and is wanted out there. Move forward in positivity. I mean, what better way to be role models for our children than to show them that adversity in life is not going to stop us? Life is meant to be lived. So make a choice. Make it a great one for your life. Now, let's see if I can find these little partners in crime of mine. I see Luke. Let me see if I can get him. Hey, buddy. Can I get your picture? Hi. Hi. Say hi. This is Luke. Yes, this is my buddy Luke. Do you know where your sister's at? Huh? I see her. Let's go see if we can find her. She'll let us take her picture. Sometimes when she's prowling, she doesn't want to be bothered. Hey, Leia. Hi, baby. Is it okay if I get your picture? Can I get your picture? Yeah. I can't tell if we're in there or not. Are we in there? The sun's shining. I think you're in there. Yes, my little furry four-legged bundles of love. Well, until next week, make it your best week ever. Comment to me and let me know how your journey into hopefulness is progressing. Let me know the positive purpose you found for your life. Bye, everyone.